Welcome to the Fort Meade Public Library and our salute to women of Fort Meade. It is now the 19th Amendment Centennial Celebration. If you visit the Fort Meade Public Library, you will see our historical display panels saluting the women of Fort Meade. The women of Fort Meade have been busy in our community. They have been the foundation of building our community. They have been parts of the planning board, the zoning board, the library board, the Friends of the Library, the garden club, the historical society, the women's club. It takes dedicated citizens to accomplish the many aspects that are needed to build a strong community. Today, we would like to highlight some of the movers and shakers of our beloved community. We first would like to acknowledge those who have involved themselves in the political aspect of this fine community. They went out to get votes so that they could voice their opinion. We would like to acknowledge them for their accomplishments. The following women involved themselves on the political side of the community and were elected to office. They are Jean Barnett, Mary Tucker Jones, Betty Bowers Johnson, Melanie Bell, Maurice Nelson, Barbara Manley, Patrina McCutcheon. The first panel that you view as you scroll the library is a panel of Melanie Bell. Mrs. Bell started her political career in the city of Fort Meade. She later became a county commissioner, and she is now seated in the Florida House of Representatives. Our next panel is that of Magnolia Jackson. Mrs. Jackson was a visible member of our community. She was an entrepreneur and midwife. People always smile when they speak of her memory. The next panel on display is that of Mary Tucker Jones. Mrs. Jones was one of our city commissioners and still is actively involved in the activities of her community. The next panel is that of Mrs. Barbara Manley. Mrs. Manley no longer resides in Fort Meade, but she served as city commissioner and mayor. Her family has been rooted in the Fort Meade community for over 100 years. The next panel that you're viewing is that of Mrs. Anna Woodbury. She was a respected educator and well known in the community. A school on Highway 17 bears her name today. Our final panel displays the names in various categories because of their involvement in our community. Let's take a closer look at the names of the women submitted for their accomplishments in Fort Meade. Under the category of government, the names include Jean Barnett, Melanie Bell, Betty Bowers Johnson, Mary Jones, Danielle Judd, Barbara Manley, Patrina McCutcheon, Maurice Nelson, Thelma Sturgis, and Janice Thompson. Those names are all under government and civic. They have served our community in some capacity. The next panel, under arts, the names include Wendy Addix, Penny Austin, Brenna Cagiano, Esther May Hall, Sheila Wilcher, Priscilla Perry, Diane Pollard, Aisha Wright. Many of the ones mentioned above are authors, and maybe you would like to stop by the library to check out a book written by one of our Fort Meade authors. Our final category is others, and the committee thought that their names should be mentioned also. So under the other category, we have Jody Bailey. She was the youngest high school principal in Florida when she began her career. Burma Brown, who was an administrative assistant in Fort Meade schools for 43 years. Wanda Brown, our Fort Meade daycare director. Rita Crawford, a business leader. Thelma Chambers, a member of the Historical Museum Board. Tula Giannopoulos, a restaurant owner. Debbie Howe, Mester Gardner and writer. Magnolia Jackson, an entrepreneur and midwife. Anita Lau, former principal of Anna Woodbury and Lewis Elementary. Marcella Nelson, the former community center supervisor. The community center will now bear her name. Doris Lewis, known for arts and culture. Susie Widener, director of the Chamber of Commerce. And Anna Woodbury, the school is named after her. She was an outstanding educator. Come in and view our display. And please know that Fort Meade history has a history of women involved in many aspects of the community. Your name or their names may not have been mentioned, but everyone contributes in some manner to build a better future. We are all proud of the accomplishments of the women of Fort Meade and would like to express our gratitude for their involvement in our community. We salute the women of Fort Meade and also their ability to exercise the right to vote, the freedom to be involved in all parts of the community. We salute all of you during the 2020 year celebration of the centennial of the right to vote for women. Thank you, and please come in and visit the Fort Meade Public Library.